Today we'll be learning about ritual monsters, which, similar to link monsters, are also blue. Link monsters have a dark blue border and are kept in the extra deck. They also have a very obvious hexagonal pattern as well as arrows to indicate that they are link monsters and not ritual monsters. Ritual monsters kind of look similar to normal monsters or synchro monsters. They just have a light blue border. Ritual monsters are actually kept in the main deck. They have both attack and defense points, unlike a link monster. In this video, we're going to learn how to perform a ritual summon, which is one of the weakest forms of summoning a monster you can do. Its biggest benefit is that it is a ritual summon, which is a special summon. In the previous episode, I may have failed to mention that a fusion summon is a special summon, known as a fusion summon. So our example of using the Masked Beast, its card text says that this card can be ritual summoned using the Curse of the Masked Beast, which is its own ritual spell. Many ritual monsters have their own ritual spell. You'll also notice this monster doesn't have an effect. This is a very old monster. So this is the Curse of the Masked Beast. It is a ritual spell. You can tell it's a ritual spell because it has this icon on it, the ritual icon. We haven't been talking about different spells and trap cards in the game too much so far. This is the first non-normal spell card we've really had to deal with yet. If you see this symbol on a card, it is used for summoning ritual monsters. Now, there are other cards that do not have this symbol that can be used to ritual summon, and you'll have to investigate yourself further to find out what those cards are. One that comes to mind is the Libromancer field spell, I believe, can be used to perform a ritual summon, and the Magic-Key fusion spell is also used for rituals, but it does not have the ritual symbol. The card text of the Curse of the Masked Beast says that this card can be used to ritual summon the Masked Beast. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level is 8 or more. Most rituals require you to tribute the exact level of the monster, or more than the exact level of a monster that you are trying to ritual summon. Some cards say exact, some say equal to or more. What you cannot intentionally do is over-tribute. It is against the rules to tribute all of your monsters to perform a ritual summon if you could have done it with less. So in our example, we'll have the Curse of the Masked Beast. The Masked Beast is in our hand, as well as the ritual material required to perform the summon of the ritual monster. In our case, it is a level 8 monster. Now, you don't have to tribute just one monster. You could have 2 level 4s. They don't have to be normal monsters. I'm just using the Blue Eyes White Dragon in this example because it is a level 8 monster. The Curse of the Masked Beast to the field, and then we'll pay our tribute. So the tribute here is not a cost because the ritual spell is resolving. The monster is considered to be tributed. So the Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field will be sent to the graveyard, and we will special summon the Masked Beast from our hand. This summon cannot be Solemn Striked, similar for the same reasons that you could not Solemn Strike a summon performed by a fusion spell card. Now, we did not have to use the Blue Eyes White Dragon that we had on our field. We can also use the one that is in our hand. We can summon the monster into either face-up attack or face-up defense position. When the spell has resolved, our ritual spell will go to the graveyard. So the reason I'm not a fan of the ritual mechanic is because you're required to have both the monster, the spell, and the tributes available to perform the ritual summon. Whenever there's a good ritual deck in the game, it's generally breaking all of these mechanics in order to make it function well. Some examples of methods that have been used to break the ritual mechanic are the earliest of them, which is to print a ritual spell such as Contract with the Abyss that can be used for multiple different ritual monsters. So this card can be used to summon any dark ritual monster by tributing the exact level of the monster. So this one doesn't let you tribute more than the exact level, but it would also allow us to summon the Masked Beast. Advanced Ritual Art actually allows you to perform any ritual monster by using the exact level as well, but you can also use normal monsters that are in your deck as the tribute for the summon of the ritual monster. So by using the cards in your deck, you don't have to draw the tribute materials for the summon of the ritual monster, so this card's a bit better in that sense. Another ritual archetype that came out at another time was the Gishki archetype, which has its own ritual monsters, but I just really wanted to point out that the ritual spell has the ability to add itself back to the hand in order to be reused so that the deck can function well. Also, the main deck monster in the Gishki archetype, Gishki Shadow, can actually be used for the entire tribute of a ritual monster. So they actually have level 10 monsters that can be summoned just using this level 4 as tribute. One of the best decks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! That had ever existed at its time was Necroz. Now, Necroz had 3 different ritual spells, all used to summon Necroz monsters, and they all had improvements that I'm just going to mention here just to show you what you have to do to make a ritual spell really good. So Necroz Cycle could be used to summon any Necroz monster, and you can tribute monsters from your hand or field, and you can ritual summon from your hand or graveyard. So this particular ritual spell actually allows you to not need to have the monsters you want to summon in your hand. Necroz of Kaleidoscope can actually be used to summon any number of Necroz monsters from your hand by actually tributing materials that are in your hand, on your field, or even in your extra deck. So you can actually avoid paying the ritual cost by using monsters in your extra deck, and a lot of cards that you send from your extra deck actually give you advantage as well, including for ritual decks. And Necroz Mirror can be used to summon a Necroz ritual monster from your hand by actually banishing the Necroz monsters you had in your graveyard. So it also alleviates the cost for summoning a ritual monster. And all three of these ritual spells have the effect that if they are in your graveyard and you have no monsters, you can actually add another ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So there's a significant effort that needs to be made in order to make a ritual deck a good deck. So I've covered the basics of rituals here. You're going to have to do additional exploration yourself if you're interested. In the next video, we're actually going to learn how to do regular summons. So a normal summon, a normal set, a tribute summon, a tribute set, a flip summon, the special summon of a monster that's not via card effect, and the special summon of a monster that is via card effect.